Hello everybody, we're here to see if we can tie another pattern for the channel. Today we're going to be doing the extended foam bodied mayfly on a size 10. This is quite an advanced fly really, so what we're going to need for it is obviously, as you can see in the vise, a fairly decent needle. We're going to need some uni thread in dark brown 8/0. I've pre-cut this foam for the body. It's about 3mm wide, 2mm thick, and it is a craft foam in like a creamy colour to match the body of the natural. We're also going to need a couple of capes. This is a cock cape natural, and we've got a grizzle, and we're also going to need some pheasant tail fibres. That's about it. I'm going to be using a tool that you haven't seen me use before. This is my hackle pliers. It's slightly different to the traditional hackle pliers. I seem to prefer these. They grip the hackle like that, and they tend not to break, but we'll find out, I suppose. So we'll get started. Now, I've had some good luck with this fly in the especially last summer. Even when there was no mayflies hatching as such, they seem to like these. As the saying goes, I like to, even if these flies aren't naturally hatching off, sometimes if you offer them a hamburger instead of the usual salad, they prefer the hamburger. I've done something wrong there straight away, so we'll start again. Right, so you tie in at the tip, only a few turns, and you're supposed to leave this hanging. I'll cut it off, but that's habit. You get your foam and you put the point of the needle in the foam like that. No, excuse me, I'm trying to remind myself how I did it last time. It's been a while since I tied it, at least 6 months. You have to tie in your pheasant tail fibres first. You only need 3. You pull off 3 or cut off 3, it's up to you. That mimics the natural. And there's a natural bend in them. You want them sort of bending up and split apart. I'll move this over just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing properly. Don't want them too long. That's probably about right there. There we go. And you need a few turns just to hold it. Then you get your foam. You come up underneath. Don't worry if they're not behaving at the moment, you can get them to behave later on. Then you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns. Then you pull the foam back. 1, 2, 3. And the idea is you do more and more of those turns as you get further up. You want about 4 segments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 5 going back up this time. Let's get this out of the way. Two, 3, 4, 5. Rinse and repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we'll do 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Five. And you see the segments are getting slightly bigger each time. This will be the last segment that we tie on the needle, and we'll do 9 turns. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bring them together again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are, all done. And don't worry about this big lump here. We'll be trimming that in just a second, so it looks a lot better. So you have to tie it off. I normally use a half hitch to tie it off. You can whip finish. 1. I don't bother with the needle with this one because you don't need the finesse. And come in and trim. There we go. You want to work it off the needle because it's been tied in quite tight. So there we go. So that's your body. That's the hard bit. Then what you want to do, I use a different pair of scissors for foam. I use quite big but very sharp scissors. And you just sort of trim this to shape without cutting the pheasant tail, preferably. So it's very difficult to show you exactly what I was doing there, but that's what you end up with. You can keep trimming away at it until it's fairly decent. Which is probably what I'm going to do. There we go, that's got it. That's better. So, the next item that you need in your inventory, I'll use these particular hooks for this file. This is a Amazon B100 in size 10. Now there is a Amazon B110 out there, that's quite a heavy wire. And as this is a dry fly, you don't really need a heavy wire. It's up to you whether you leave the barb in or not. A lot of places are barbless these days, so you can use your vice to crimp the barb down, but we're going to leave it in on this one. So you can take the needle out and then you can revert to it being a normal vice. Once it needs some adjustment so that it fits your hook now. So you're just going to bed the hook, leaving some space at the eye again. and you go round probably to where the thread lines up with the point, about there. Go in and trim. So then you get your body that you made earlier, and leaving the tags in place and the pheasant tail as well, because you want to tie that in. You don't want it to go anywhere, because when it's in the foam like that, it's not actually attached to anything once you remove the needle. So you want to leave it in there, so you tie it into your hook. You get your scissors and you put like a wedge in it slightly, but you want to leave a little bit of a space, because you're going to tie your last segment there, like so. So you lay it on the hook so the foam's sort of straddling the shank of the hook. You come over, loose turn, and then pull tight, like so. One, two, three, four, five. There you go. And you basically just want to tie this bit of foam in. Don't worry if it's quite lumpy, you can sort that out in a bit. Just to get it to lock in. Now this you can actually trim away now. So as tight as you dare without breaking the thread, tie the foam in. The better this is tied in, the better of a bed you'll have for the hackle. There you go, it's looking pretty good. So you want to select one of these hackles. You need a fairly big one, because it's a big fly. Yeah, that's about right. Get rid of the fluff. Tie it in. Don't use your good scissors, cut this quill because it will blunt them. There we go. Then you want to tie in your wing. Now your wing is made from this. It's the Grizzle ones. You want some fairly small ones. You need 2 of them. And tie them in one at a time, facing forwards. Just for length. There is a natural bend in them, you want them sort of naturally bending upwards. some of you out there that are more skilled than I may be able to tie them in at the same time. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. Then you get your hackle pliers. And then you wind the hackle. And then when you get to this point, you pull the wing back, tie in front of the wing. And then tie in the hackle. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Then you want to come in and trim. Brush back. Tidy up. Trim away any of those fibres that are going forwards. Get your dubbing needle and finish it off. Trim away. Then you want to get behind it and push forwards like that. There we go. Put a natural curve into the tail. Get your varnish. And you need a little bit just to hold the knots. And there we have the foam bodied mayfly. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed.